Question comes from Joe with the Seattle Times.
Governor, the Freedom Foundation put out an analysis today on COVID-19 deaths in Washington. They're claiming that as many as 13% of the fatalities are not necessarily related to COVID-19. And the information they cite is death certificates where COVID-19 wasn't listed as the main factor or a contributing factor. I'm curious to get your response to that and what sort of criteria are being used to mark these fatalities.
Well, it's from the official documents, the best information we have from the local health officials. That's the best information we have. I'm not sure the relevance of what that group, I guess they're saying that would make it 887 dead. That's okay. And we should not act responsibly if there's only 887 people instead of 1,000 people. I'm not sure I understand that logic. I don't think anybody does understand it who knows any of these families who've lost a loved one. So I don't think that's a particularly persuasive argument, even if it was true. But we're making decisions based on the best data that is available. We've been very transparent in the state. And I do have to say this, I think one of the difficulties in this is that the conspiracy theories that are fanning people's efforts to go out and do what this group did and argue that 887 dead's just not something to be worried about is really disappointing to me. I've heard people say things that are from a different planet, and it's very unfortunate that some folks in public life have fanned the flames of misinformation in that regard, because it's dangerous. It's dangerous to people's health, so they become unwilling to protect themselves and their loved ones. So I'm not impressed by what is barely an argument.
Next question comes from Jerry with the Everett Herald.
Jerry?
There I am. Okay. Governor, first, two things. First, why is the state changing its process for billing counties for PPE that's, I believe, headed for the healthcare workers and first responders? They're looking at changing it in the next 2 weeks. And then second, I just wanted to follow up on the issue raised earlier about the toll of loss of life from COVID-19, and I don't think anyone would dispute that 887 deaths is horrific. But given the importance of metrics in your decision making, if one number is inaccurate, and it's a very prominent number in our reporting, are you not concerned it undermines the data and the confidence the public will have in your reliance on the data? I mean, would you review that process and consider changing how deaths are determined in this state?
Well, I haven't seen this assertion. I have no reason to believe there's any validity to it whatsoever. So at the moment, I have confidence in the numbers that we've put forward. They come from a variety of sources. I see no reason at the moment to believe that the fatality numbers are not consistent with reality. Now, there are cases, obviously, where if someone makes the wrong report, that could happen. But there's no reason to believe it's not on the lower number as opposed to a higher number. So I just want to make sure the record is clear. I have no reason to doubt the fatality numbers that we're using in the state of Washington right now. The problem is you got some people out there who are fanning these conspiracy claims from the planet Pluto. And it's just disgusting what they're trying to say of all these crazy deep state malarkey who are kind of suggest that this is not a problem in our state. I find that hard to accept with the number of dead in our state. So that's a problem, and I hope it gets resolved.